Hello guys, welcome back to our anime moment. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of Renegade Immortal episode number 373 based on novel. So let's start. The crack to the wind celestial realm seemed to have been opened by force by someone, and it would ferociously devour all living creatures. The moment the red fog was spewed out and the red mosquito beasts appeared, Wang Lin summoned his own mosquito beast without any hesitation. As he expected, the pale gold mosquito beast immediately shook those 100 red mosquito beasts using their aura and special sense. This caused the red mosquito beasts to immediately fly around them. The ranks between the mosquito beasts were very strict, with one rank holding absolute power over those below it. It was just like how Li Yuanlei and them saw it. The red mosquitoes indeed acted like they were greeting their king. However, they weren't greeting Wang Lin, but the Mosquito King below him. After entering the crack, what appeared before Wang Lin was the same as what he saw with his divine sense. The world was covered in a yellow light, but it didn't cover everything. There was also strange, red mist floating in the air. It was moving at a shocking speed due to the wind. After entering the wind celestial realm, Wang Lin could feel the dense celestial spiritual energy in the wind. Although it was in ruins, it was well preserved, and the deeper one went, the more this was true. What Wang Lin felt the most here was wind. Endless wind, boundless wind. There was wind everywhere in the wind celestial realm, and there was no dust on the earth, as if it was all blown away by the endless wind. All the clothes on his body made flapping sounds as the wind blew on them, and his white hair danced in the air. The wind would sometimes be light and sometimes heavy. When it was light, it was as if countless small hands were gently brushing by. However, if it was heavy, it was like a hammer or mace. When it smashed down, it could collapse the body and smash one's origin soul. This entire wind celestial realm was worthy of its name as it was filled with wind. It was as if a hole had opened up and the wind that had been gathered for countless years was released. Solitary and lonely were the first things Wang Lin felt when he entered the wind celestial realm and closed his eyes as the wind blew on his face. As he moved forward, the almost 100 mosquitoes surrounded Wang Lin. As their roars echoed, the Mosquito King under Wang Lin revealed an excited expression. It let out an earth-shattering hiss that echoed across the land. As the hiss echoed, a red cloud that was being pushed by wind in the distance suddenly collapsed. About 100 red lights flew out of it and turned into ferocious mosquito beasts. These mosquito beasts' gazes all locked onto the Mosquito King under Wang Lin, and they began to roar. However, these roars were filled with fear and the intent to surrender. Wang Lin's eyes lit up. He had already found that there was something strange about the mosquito beasts in the wind celestial realm. Although they were ferocious, there was a bit of celestial spiritual energy inside their bodies. This was easy to explain because they had lived in the wind celestial realm for so long, so celestial spiritual energy would naturally gather inside their bodies. But what really caught Wang Lin's attention was the strength of the red mosquito beasts. He had seen these red mosquito beasts before in the demon spirit land, but, likely due to the location, they weren't very strong. However, every single mosquito beast here was equal to a Nirvana Scryer cultivator. Some of the few dark red mosquito beasts were equal to late-stage Nirvana Scryer cultivators. This discovery made Wang Lin excited. Although only a few of these mosquito beasts were equal to late-stage Nirvana Scryer cultivators, Wang Lin knew that this was only the outer region of the wind celestial realm. The red mosquito beasts were the lowest existences among the mosquito beasts. Wang Lin understood that the cultivators outside the crack didn't need to be so nervous about these mosquito beasts if they weren't near the crack, because these mosquito beasts weren't that strong. However, because they were outside the crack, they had to retreat because if just one escaped, then what awaited them inside the celestial realm would be countless mosquito beasts hunting them. Just a hiss from one mosquito beast could attract tens of thousands of mosquito beasts rushing out from the celestial realm. In truth, the mosquito beasts were a very strange species. At some stages, the Mosquito King wasn't the strongest existence. There would often be guardians that were much more powerful than the Mosquito King. However, the Mosquito King had the unique ability, and that was metamorphosis. Almost all mosquito beasts were born with a limit that they couldn't break. If they were born red, Then until they died, at most they could only reach dark red. Once they went through metamorphosis, this mosquito would have the right to become a king of their tribe. Although they might not be as strong at the start, in the end they would become the strongest. More importantly, once a mosquito beast went through metamorphosis, they would naturally give off a pressure that affected the soul. If another mosquito was stronger, as long as the difference wasn't too big, they would have to obey under this pressure. It was also because of this pressure that the moment two mosquito kings met, drastic change would occur. They would either get along or begin a life and death battle. The winner would devour the loser, and their strength would increase greatly. The rest of the mosquito beasts wouldn't participate in the battle between two kings. The mosquitoes belonging to the loser would come under the control of the winner. Wang Lin had done a lot of preparation and research about the mosquito beasts before coming to the Wind Celestial Realm. The moment the Mosquito King let out a cry, those hundreds of red mosquitoes immediately flew over. There were almost 200 mosquito beasts around Wang Lin, and 10 were dark red ones. Just these were far from enough. Wang Lin's goal was the more powerful mosquito beasts deep inside the Wind Celestial Realm. He recalled the dark purple mosquito beasts coming from that mysterious planet in two-size memories. Those mosquito beasts could make someone as powerful as two-sai flee. Just thinking about it made Wang Lin excited. This was the main reason he had forced the Mosquito King to undergo metamorphosis. Looking at the 10 dark red mosquito beasts, Wang Lin's eyes lit up. After pondering a bit, he didn't go deeper but wandered around the edge of the Wind Celestial Realm. After several hours, Wang Lin moved around with the 200 mosquito beasts and saw another cloud of red fog in the distance. Upon seeing the red fog, Wang Lin's eyes lit up and the Mosquito King under him shot out and let out a roar at the red fog. Under its roar, the large red fog suddenly stopped and collapsed into nearly 100 red mosquito beasts. They headed for the Mosquito King, and after a moment of struggle, they immediately surrendered. Wang Lin's gaze swept past them. He found 6 dark red mosquito beasts among them and became slightly excited. Wang Lin felt that as the Mosquito King gathered more mosquitoes, his overall strength was increasing rapidly. Now he had almost 300 mosquito beasts equal to Nirvana Scryer cultivators and 16 mosquito beasts equal to late-stage Nirvana Scryer cultivators. With this force, Wang Lin wouldn't need to move at all to instantly kill a Nirvana Cleanser cultivator. 300 is still too little. I need a little more. If I had 1,000 of these red mosquito beasts that equal Nirvana Scryer cultivators, then even Nirvana Shatterer cultivators would have to run from me. If I can get 10,000 red mosquito beasts, then even late-stage Nirvana Shatterer cultivators would stay far away from me. If I had more 100,000 mosquito beasts, so what if they were at the Heaven's Blight stage? If I have 1 million, 10 million? Wang Lin had waited a very long time for this. At this moment, he took a deep breath as he flew off into the distance with 300 mosquito beasts. The mosquito beasts' wings caused a thunderous rumble that echoed across the land and gave off a powerful pressure. Wang Lin's eyes were like lightning as moved like lightning around the outer region of the Wind Celestial Realm. It didn't take long for him to see another cloud of red fog being blown by the wind. The Mosquito King's pressure spread out and the red fog immediately stopped. A moment later, the fog collapsed into a large amount of mosquito beasts, but this time 2 rays of red light shot out. They didn't charge at Wang Lin but quickly retreated with struggle in their eyes. Wang Lin's eyes lit up and the Mosquito King under him shot out toward the 2 retreating brownish-red mosquito beasts. It let out a roar and the powerful pressure of the Mosquito King swept the area. When the pressure descended, the 2 brownish-red mosquito beasts trembled and began to hiss. A moment later, the struggle disappeared as they surrendered, and they flew next to the Mosquito King. Wang Lin's divine sense spread across the 2 brownish-red mosquito beasts, and his face lit up. These 2 dark red mosquito beasts were almost equal to peak Nirvana Scryer cultivators, and their ferocious auras made them even more fierce and terrifying. 400 now. Wang Lin looked at the dense mosquito beast herd around him. His mood became better and better as he looked at the 2 brownish-red mosquito beasts and the almost 20 dark red mosquito beasts. He wasn't in a rush to enter the depths of the Wind Celestial Realm, so he circled the outer region. Along the way, he encountered many clouds of red fog with large amounts of mosquito beasts inside. When they saw Wang Lin's Mosquito King, they would tremble and surround Wang Lin. After 2 days, Wang Lin had almost 1,000 mosquito beasts around him. The mosquito beasts looked like a red cloud covering the sky. With Wang Lin's speed, they made a large circle around the Wind Celestial Realm. While searching for mosquito beasts, Wang Lin also discovered some celestial jades. Maybe it was due to there being too many mosquito beasts, preventing cultivators from entering, but Wang Lin harvested a lot of celestial jades. However, what made him gradually frown was that fewer and fewer mosquito herds were being brought over by the wind. He would often have to fly for several hours before spotting another herd. This was a very abnormal phenomenon. If the Wind Celestial Realm only had this many mosquito beasts, it would be impossible to stop the cultivators of the Cloud Sea and make their expressions change the moment they talked about the Wind Celestial Realm. On this day, Wang Lin floated in the air and looked into the depths of the Wind Celestial Realm. During his 2 days of observation, most of the mosquito beasts in the Wind Celestial Realm gathered in the inner part. As for the clouds of red fog he had seen so far, the wind had blown them here from the inner region, and that's why there weren't many of them. There is a large amount of mosquito beasts in the depths of the Wind Celestial Realm. There will certainly be more powerful mosquito beasts and even other mosquito kings inside. If it's like this, then I can't just rush in recklessly. After pondering a bit, Wang Lin's eyes lit up and he thought of something. The Mosquito King immediately hissed, and one of the red mosquitoes next to it suddenly let out a sharp roar. This roar had a strange penetrating power. It sounded as if it had encountered a life and death situation and was calling for its companions. This roar formed invisible ripples and spread across the Wind Celestial Realm. Wang Lin took a deep breath and stared into the distance. Shortly after, there was a thunderous rumble as a monstrous, red light rushed over from the horizon. They were far away, but the red light was heaven-shaking. There were also crazed roars coming from the red light that would cause the mind of anyone who heard to tremble. Even the sky shook, and large amounts of spatial cracks appeared. Wang Lin's expression remained the same, but his pupils shrank. There were almost 1,000 red mosquito beasts inside. This was only the first wave. Wang Lin could imagine that soon, even more mosquito beasts would appear, and it wouldn't just be red mosquito beasts. Even more powerful mosquito beasts would appear. A moment later, the almost 1,000 mosquito beasts closed in, but the moment they closed in, a mosquito beast flew out. A pale golden light shined and a pressure immediately spread out. Among the almost 1,000 mosquito beasts, there were nearly 100 dark red mosquito beasts and more than 10 brownish red mosquito beasts. Under this pressure, they all trembled. Those red mosquito beasts immediately surrendered, and the nearly 100 dark red mosquito beasts struggled for a bit before surrendering. Only those dozen or so brownish red mosquito beasts immediately retreated and were about to escape. Wang Lin's eyes lit up. He was about to signal the Mosquito King to chase, but at this moment, another violent roar came from the sky. Far away, there was a large mosquito beast herd with no less than 10,000 mosquito beasts charging over. This scene immediately made Wang Lin's scalp go numb. He knew that it would be extremely difficult for the Mosquito King to gather 10,000 mosquito beasts in its current state. Wang Lin also spotted a large amount of blue and even a small amount of white lights inside this herd. Without hesitation, Wang Lin moved, and the nearly 2,000 mosquito beasts surrounded him. He hid himself and sent out a command. The Mosquito King immediately retreated with the 2,000 mosquito beasts and avoided that large mosquito herd. Fortunately, the large herd of mosquito beasts only looked around for a bit after arriving. When they couldn't find any enemy, they flew away, but this dense mosquito herd was engraved in Wang Lin's memory. In particular, those blue mosquito beasts within the herd had auras no weaker than that of Nirvana Cleanser cultivators. This made Wang Lin's heart beat in excitement. The blue mosquito beasts were far stronger than the red ones, so their numbers shouldn't be high. However, with how large of a population the mosquito beasts had, there should be plenty of them. What made Wang Lin even more excited were the mosquitoes with translucent white bodies within the white light. The aura these mosquito beasts gave off was enough for greed to arise in Wang Lin's mind. It was the aura of Nirvana Shatterer cultivators. Among those 10,000 mosquito beasts, there were nearly 300 white mosquito beasts. If he could control that force, then it would be better than controlling tens of thousands of red mosquito beasts. This wind celestial realm is a place of life and death, but for me it is the biggest treasure trove I have seen in my life. Wang Lin took a deep breath and suppressed the excitement in his heart. I wonder what level of cultivation the purple mosquito beasts in two-size memories match, Wang Lin pondered, but there was still one thing that puzzled him. He looked at the Mosquito King beside him. He had found this mosquito on planet Suzaku, but he still didn't know why this mosquito beast had appeared there. There was also another thing that puzzled Wang Lin greatly. His mosquito beast had reached purple and was now even gold in color, but it was far weaker than the ones in the wind celestial realm. If not for the aura of a Mosquito King, Wang Lin would even doubt if his mosquito beast was real. This matter had troubled Wang Lin for a long time, and even thinking about it now, he still found no answer, so he gave up. After the large herd left, he took the 2,000 mosquito beasts and flew into the depths of the wind celestial realm. The scene of tens of thousands of mosquitoes coming stopped Wang Lin from acting on the idea of luring mosquito beasts over. Once an accident happened, the cost would be too great, and once it happened, there would be no way to control it. After contemplating for a bit, Wang Lin decided to slowly enter the depths of the wind celestial realm. On the 5th day after entering the wind celestial realm, as Wang Lin slowly moved toward the inner region, he was still on the outer part of the celestial realm. Only now he was a bit closer to the center. There was a celestial realm fragment floating here. The moment they got close to it, there was a flash of blue light. Wang Lin's eyes narrowed and he became excited. He clearly saw a mosquito beast inside the blue light. This mosquito was completely blue and gave off the aura of Nirvana Cleanser Cultivator. It wasn't moving in a group, but by itself. As it flew, the Mosquito King under Wang Lin let out a hiss. The blue mosquito immediately stopped and stared at Wang Lin and the Mosquito King below him. There was confusion and struggle in its eyes. Just at this moment, the Mosquito King under Wang Lin let out a roar and turned into a ray of pale gold light that shot toward the blue mosquito beast. It instantly closed in and used its large mouth to whip the blue mosquito beast. The blue mosquito beast let out a miserable hiss, but it didn't dare to avoid the hit, so it was knocked back several hundred feet before stopping. The struggle in its eyes weakened but was still there. It suddenly let out a violent roar as it turned around and fled into the distance. Wang Lin's eyes lit up and the Mosquito King below him gave off an even brighter pale gold glow. It let out an even more powerful roar. The moment this roar echoed, the surrounding red mosquito beasts trembled and their eyes filled with fear and awe. In the distance, the blue mosquito beast's body trembled as if there were two different ideals colliding inside its body under this pressure. Slowly, the blue mosquito beast no longer escaped but slowly flew toward the Mosquito King and revealed the appearance of surrender. Wang Lin's eyes lit up and he jumped off from the Mosquito King and closed in on the blue mosquito. The blue mosquito became ferocious and revealed a cold gaze. Although it had surrendered to the Mosquito King, it was still ferocious toward Wang Lin. However, as the blue mosquito beast's mouth swept toward Wang Lin, he didn't even stop, letting out a cold snort. He lifted his right hand and pointed with his finger. The blue mosquito suddenly trembled and remained motionless, as if it was frozen in place. Then Wang Lin raised his right hand and placed it on the blue mosquito beast's head. His divine sense rushed into the mosquito's mind. With his understanding of the mosquito beasts and his powerful cultivation, he easily found its memories and began to search through them. After a long time, Wang Lin raised his hand and began to ponder. When the blue mosquito beast recovered, it became ferocious once more and was about to attack. However, at this moment, the Mosquito King let out a roar, and the blue mosquito beast immediately became obedient and flew next to the red mosquitoes. The moment it got close, all the red mosquito beasts scattered. They didn't dare to get close at all. Just a lone light blue mosquito beast is already this difficult to control. If there are more, it will be even more difficult to make them obey. This is related to the fact my mosquito beast wasn't raised here. From the memories of this blue mosquito beast, there is actually a mosquito king not far away. This wind celestial realm is very large, so although there aren't a lot of mosquito kings, there still should be some. According to the habit of the mosquito beasts, if their mosquito king dies and is absorbed by my mosquito beast, then they should accept the control of my mosquito beast. Wang Lin's eyes lit up and he thought of an idea. Only, this idea was a bit too bold. While pondering, Wang Lin's eyes lit up and he looked into the distance. After a long time, he mercilessly clenched his teeth and flew down toward the celestial fragment below. Beside him, the 2,000 mosquitoes roared and followed the mosquito king under Wang Lin. Wang Lin was at the center of a red cloud. If a cultivator came, it would be difficult to see anyone inside. Sitting on the ground, Wang Lin's hands formed a seal and pointed to between his eyebrows. His body trembled and the star of law appeared. It rotated between his eyebrows before flying out and landing on the mosquito king's body. At the same time, Wang Lin's origin soul flew out and entered the star of law on the mosquito king. The mosquito king trembled, then its eyes lit up and it let out a roar. The pale golden light from its body gradually hid itself before it was completely gone. Then a blue light appeared and surrounded its body. At this moment, it looked like a blue mosquito beast without any flaw. Even the pressure of a mosquito king was completely sealed by Wang Lin's origin soul, and none of it leaked out. A moment later, the mosquito king let out a roar and flew out. It flew half a circle in the air before sending out the order to protect Wang Lin's body, then it flew off into the distance. Although it had left, the almost 2,000 mosquito beasts obeyed the mosquito king's order. No matter what happened, even if they all died, they would protect Wang Lin's body. The blue mosquito beast became the most powerful among the mosquito beasts. Although it still released a fierce aura toward Wang Lin's body, right now it was the closest to it, and it was closely guarding it. Wang Lin's origin soul entered the star of law and attached itself to the mosquito king's body. It turned into a ray of blue light and flew across the wind celestial realm. The mosquito beast seemed very happy and let out roars as it flew. However, under Wang Lin's seal, it no longer gave off the pressure of a mosquito king. It looked like an ordinary, blue mosquito beast without any abnormalities. After several hours of flying, more than 100 blue mosquito beasts closed in. Each one of them was extremely ferocious, and their mouths gave off a fierce aura. Wang Lin even saw a deep blue mosquito beast among them that gave off an aura equal to that of a mid-stage Nirvana cleanser cultivator. They flew by the mosquito king and didn't stop at all. Only the deep blue mosquito beast looked over with a hint of confusion when it passed by. Wang Lin controlled the mosquito beast and didn't stop at all as they charged ahead. Along the way, he saw 3 waves of 100 blue mosquito herds and was extremely shocked. No wonder even 2 SEI had to escape in embarrassment back then. Although these mosquito beasts aren't strong alone, their numbers are simply too much. And this is only the outer region. Once I'm deeper inside. Once a large number of blue and white mosquito beasts appear, I fear not even Heaven's Blight cultivators would have a chance of surviving. As Wang Lin flew with the mosquito beast, he looked around. There was no aura of cultivators around here, make it clear that very few cultivators could come here and stay for a long period of time. This place was the world of mosquitoes. As the Mosquito King flew ahead, what appeared before Wang Lin was a large mountain range at the edge of the continent. The mountain seemed to pierce the sky and gave off a majestic aura. This is the place. Wang Lin gathered his origin soul within the Star of Law and began to carefully observe. Outside this mountain range, there were thousands of red mosquito beasts, and there were hundreds of blue mosquito beasts as well. The blue mosquito beasts were extremely arrogant. Often, when the red mosquito beasts encountered the blue mosquito beasts, the red mosquito beasts would have to quickly avoid them. Deeper inside, flying above the mountain, Wang Lin saw 2 white mosquito beasts. They weren't flying, but were standing on the side of the mountain. Their large mouths were rubbing the mountain, making sharp sounds. The Mosquito King that turned blue circled around the mountain range and slowly moved toward the mountain. The moment it closed in, those herds of red mosquitoes immediately looked over with gloomy gazes. The Mosquito King let out a cry, and the red mosquito beasts all moved aside, opening a path. The difference in ranks made it so they wouldn't dare to stop the blue mosquito, letting it fly by. Those hundreds of blue mosquito beasts near the mountain all looked over with ferocious gazes, and hisses echoed. The ferocious aura immediately increased as they immediately recognized that this mosquito didn't belong to their herd. The hostility was obvious, and a few even charged out at Wang Lin's mosquito. These mosquito beasts moved like blue meteors and instantly closed in. However, when they got close, the Mosquito King released a fierce aura and quickly dodged. Then its mouth swept out and stabbed into the closest blue mosquito beast. The blue mosquito beast let out a roar. But not only did it not retreat, it charged at the Mosquito King. However, the moment it got close, the star of law formed from Wang Lin's origin soul flashed for a moment. At the same time, a pressure enveloped the blue mosquito beast's body. The blue mosquito beast's body trembled and stopped for a moment. Just at this moment, the Mosquito King's sharp mouth stabbed deep into the blue mosquito beast's body. The Mosquito King immediately inhaled, and the blue mosquito beast's body trembled before immediately turning into a skeleton. All of its essence and blood were absorbed by the Mosquito King. The three blue mosquito beasts that had also flown over let out a cry and flew at the Mosquito King. There was still blood on the Mosquito King's mouth as its eyes revealed a fierce gaze. It let out a roar as it rushed out and collided with one of them. They collided with a bang. The blue mosquito beast was obviously no match and was knocked away. Before it could recover, the Mosquito King's mouth penetrated the blue mosquito beast and inhaled all its essence before flying off toward the next blue mosquito at an even faster speed. All of this happened in a flash, fast beyond imagination. In an instant, the four blue mosquito beasts died by one, leaving only the Mosquito King buzzing in the air. It stared coldly at the hundreds of blue mosquito beasts ahead. Song Luohai was hiding himself under a stone below the mountain, keeping his aura hidden. He was an elder of the Silent Soul sect. Rather than participating in the competition that was occurring in the rank 8 sects, he was hiding here. He had been here for 3 months, and was cautiously moving forward. His goal was the king among this mosquito herd. Song Luohai believed he understood the mosquito beasts very well. His goal was to capture a Mosquito King to verify the speculation in his heart. However, just catching a Mosquito King was so difficult that it was almost impossible to do. First, it was extremely difficult to get past all the mosquito beasts to get to where the Mosquito King was, but even if he reached that place, if he couldn't capture it in one try, then any mistake would alert the rest of the mosquito beasts. At that time, he wasn't sure he could escape alive. 3 months ago, Song Luohai had locked onto this mosquito herd and was determined that there was a Mosquito King here. Therefore, he spent 3 months of time to sneak here while not disturbing the red or blue mosquito beasts. However, he was facing a dilemma. It was all because of the 2 white mosquito beasts that had flown here half a month ago. Song Luohai had only seen them once before, and he could clearly feel the aura and pressure of Nirvana Shatter cultivators coming from them. Song Luohai did a comprehensive preparation for this trip. He analyzed that he had a 30% chance of successfully completing his objective. Once his speculation was verified, his name would be known throughout the entire rank 8 region. Even those old monsters would have to avoid him. Even the rank 9 region would favor him. All those various benefits were what had lured Song Luohai to take this risk. However, the arrival of those 2 white mosquito beasts messed everything up. Song Luohai still had a feeling that those 2 white mosquito beasts had become vaguely aware of his existence but hadn't found his hiding place, so they hadn't moved. But if he were to move an inch, they would immediately detect him. Song Luohai's heart felt very bitter throughout this half-month. He was very tense and didn't dare to move at all. Although he was an elder of the Silent Soul sect, he was near the bottom of the elder hierarchy, only at the mid-stage of Nirvana Shatter. Just as Song Luohai was getting desperate, he saw a blue mosquito beast fly over. Originally, he didn't care and didn't have the time to care about something not related to this own survival. However, what happened next shocked him greatly. He personally saw that lone, blue mosquito beast instantly suck dry 4 other blue mosquito beasts of the same rank. It was extremely fierce and seemed like it wanted to challenge them. This discovery immediately caused Song Luohai's mind to tremble, and at the same time, he vaguely felt like his chance had come. The Mosquito King's roar echoed across the world. At the same time, one of the two white mosquito beasts coldly looked at the Mosquito King. In a flash, a ray of white light charged through the group of blue mosquito beasts. The blue mosquito beasts moved out of the way as the white mosquito charged directly at the Mosquito King. Before it got close, an earth-shattering roar that carried an intense impact collided with the Mosquito King. There was a thunderous bang as the Mosquito King was knocked back a few dozen feet. It let out a roar and charged forward again. After the white mosquito beast knocked away the Mosquito King, it floated in the air and coldly looked at the Mosquito King with a trace of killing intent. It then charged out once more like a bolt of white lightning at the Mosquito King. The moment the two mosquito beasts collided, the star of law formed by Wang Lin began to rotate like crazy, and large amounts of origin energy enveloped the Mosquito King's body. The origin energy crashed into the white mosquito at the moment of impact. The moment the origin energy appeared, the surrounding mosquito beasts roared loudly. The hundreds of blue mosquito beasts immediately surrounded the Mosquito King and stared at it. There was a thunderous bang as the white mosquito beast trembled and was knocked back. Its eyes exposed a cold gaze as it flapped its wings, causing the hook-shaped hair on its body to become straight. This made it look like the white mosquito beast was covered with spears. Then those hairs scattered. At a glance, it looked like the white mosquito beast had swelled up. The white mosquito beast charged at the Mosquito King. The Mosquito King's body charged out without any intent to retreat. Thunderous rumbles echoed across the world as the two mosquito beasts began a life and death battle. The two mosquito beasts collided dozens of times in a short period of time. The rumbles became more intense as the earth-shattering collisions echoed. The white mosquito beast was knocked back. There were many injuries on its body, which was covered in blood. The Mosquito King was also in a sorry state and looked a bit dispirited, but the ferociousness in its eyes became even stronger. This time it unexpectedly didn't wait for Wang Lin's order before it charged at the retreating white mosquito beast. The white mosquito beast let out a roar. All the hairs on its body stood straight before they all fell off and flew around like flying swords. It was like a powerful spell, and all the hairs shot toward the Mosquito King. As the Mosquito King moved forward, not only did it not slow down, it flew even faster. Wang Lin's Mosquito King was still in its growing phase and hadn't experienced many battles against its own clan, but it was learning. The moment it charged out, all of its hook-shaped hairs grew under a blue glow. In an instant, they grew until they were dozens of feet long. The moment it rushed out, it learned from the white mosquito beast. All of its hair fell off and shot forward. There was a thunderous bang as the two rains of hair collided, and a series of rumbles echoed. The huge impact caused the surrounding mosquito beasts to all retreat. The Mosquito King became even more ferocious as it charged through the collision of hairs and charged at the white mosquito beast. As if it had gone mad, it mercilessly slammed into the white mosquito beast, and its mouth kept trying to find a chance to stab into the white mosquito beast's body. The white mosquito beast retreated anxiously, but just at this moment an extremely powerful aura came out from the mountain. This aura contained a pressure that all mosquito beasts had to submit to. The moment this aura appeared, the other white mosquito beast flew into the air and let out a roar. A large crack appeared on the top of the mountain, extending to the bottom of the mountain. It was as if someone had just ripped the mountain open. A ray of purple light shot out from the crack in the mountain. At the same time, an ancient aura spread out and purple mist came out from the crack. This mist was dense. After it appeared, it quickly withdrew. From inside the mist, a ferocious-looking mosquito beast about 1,000 feet large flew out. This mosquito beast was covered in purple hairs. Although they were drooping and looked messy, the moment this mosquito beast appeared, all the surrounding mosquito beasts, red or blue, quieted down. Song Luohai's pupils shrank as he stared at the purple mosquito beast with messy hair. There was a flash of greed in his eyes. Mosquito King. This purple Mosquito King's indifferent gaze casually looked at where Song Luohai was hiding before falling on Wang Lin's mosquito beast. After a long time, it let out a low hiss. This video will end here.